Welcome. We're fortunate today to have two incredible BC-based entrepreneurs to share with us their learnings from two aspects. One, the entrepreneurial lens, from building a team, raising the initial capital, growing the business, expanding into new markets, and ultimately transacting and selling that business. And secondly, the investor lens, what they're looking to invest in today, what gets them excited about looking for new investments. Charles Chang and Yves Potvin have built businesses and sold them for hundreds of millions of dollars, and we're so excited to have them here today. My name's Leo Wilson. I'm a partner at KPMG Corporate Finance, specializing in helping private companies raise capital, execute transactions through mergers, acquisitions, and divestitures. I've got a passion for the food and beverage industry, and really looking forward to sharing some thoughts with you today with these two amazing entrepreneurs. I'd like to introduce Yves Potvin. Yves was trained as a classical French chef and has dedicated his culinary career creating healthy, tasty, and convenient foods. Over the past 30 years, Yves has successfully built and sold two health-focused food companies. His first venture, Yves Veggie Cuisine, was sold to the Hain Celestial Group in 2001. In 2003, Yves founded Gardein, a proprietary food technology that redefined the plant protein category and has received numerous awards. Gardein was acquired by Pinnacle Foods in 2014. Yves continues to inspire the young chefs of tomorrow as the owner of the Pacific Institute of Culinary Arts. A fun fact I learned about Yves is that when he emigrated from his hometown of Quebec to BC, he rode his bike for 45 days across the country with his belongings on his back. So if you talk about perseverance, that's how entrepreneurials get here today. Pass it over to Ali to introduce himself and Charles.
Thanks, Leo. My name is Ali Bharmal. I'm a partner at Fasken Law. I work with all sorts of food and beverage companies from startup all the way to M&A event. So anything from getting incorporated, raising angel venture capital, transacting, as Leo mentioned. And my most satisfying moment is working with those clients from the early stage and then being in the room where they get their big check for their years of hard work. So a couple of examples of local companies are Daya Foods and Smart Sweets that I've worked with from the early days to exit. And really that's what gets me excited about the food industry and the level of company and just innovation we have in BC. I think we have potential to be a global leader in that space. And it makes me really excited to see companies like Gardein and Vega and Daya and Smart Sweets kind of paving the way for lots of talent and investment for the future. I'm pleased to welcome Charles Chang. Charles is an entrepreneur ahead of his time. He's the founder of Vega, a leading brand of clean, plant-based nutritional products. And Charles will get into this, but from the early days of kind of financing his business, getting it off the ground, he sold it in 2015 to White Wave Foods for $550 million. Today, he runs Lyra Growth Partners, a growth equity firm he founded right after he exited Vega, and is also involved in various charitable and nonprofit endeavors. Charles is an outdoorsy guy. He's golfing, fishing, mountain biking, and he describes it as being a Whistler wannabe. So I don't know if that's skiing or just patio drinking, but one of the two or both. So welcome, Charles and Yves. We're pleased to have you guys here, and thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks for having us.
Excellent. Well, you've both had incredible journeys building and growing multiple businesses. Yves, why don't we kick it off with you? Love to just hear kind of a little synopsis of your business career history and what you're working on today.
Business career. Well, I'm a chef by profession. So when I came in 1983 from Quebec, I was looking for what to do. And what was my passion was always in food. And it's about having the crazy idea of, hey, there's nobody who's doing this. And I always tell entrepreneurs that you have to look at what you're missing in your life. And for me, it was healthy, convenient food. And the more research I did, the more I realized plant-based was the way of the future. Everybody thought I was crazy at the time. Always loved hot dog. And I said, why not create a veggie dog? There was 50 million hot dog consumed every day in North America at that time. And whenever somebody asked, do you know what's in a hot dog? Everybody who ate it said, I don't want to know. So I said, why not we do something? And so I created the first veggie dog in America and built the business, to become number one meats alternative, fresh meat alternative in America. In the late 90s, I realized there was a lot of young entrepreneurs coming in, and I was afraid that quality was not always the number one thing on their mind. So we've developed the next generation of product. So I sold my first company, bought the technology, and launched Gardein in 2003. And sort of, my philosophy is you have to be the first, you have to be the best, or you have to be different. I've shared that before with, and so when you look at launching a new product, Gardein was not the first, but was the best and was different. YVC, Eaves Veggie Cuisine, was the first, therefore it was the best, and therefore it was different. And so we launched Gardein, and we became the number 2 brand actually in the plant-based business over the next 10 years, and selling in 25,000 supermarket in North America, frozen. And we're going to talk a little bit about later, but brought some private equity that was, for me, not patient money. And then they wanted to exit in late 14, and we did. And it was, timing is everything, but I wish we could have stayed a little longer in the business. And now I'm launching a new business in the next 6 to 8 months called Conscious Food, Conscious with a K, and it's kind of a next generation of fish plant-based product.
Excellent.
But, you're going to hear about it in the future.
Excellent. Thank you.
Charles Chang, founder of Vega. When I first started in business in 01, it wasn't Vega. Actually, I didn't know anything about nutrition, so I bought this book called Prescription for Natural Healing, 800 pages, read 100 pages every night, and decided I was going to do colostrum, the pre-milk fluid produced by all female mammals prior to birth. Mm-hmm. Can you believe we sold that stuff? So hammered away for the first couple of years, sold that plus a root vegetable called maca and a Japanese algae called chlorella, do about $1 million in sales. Then I met this guy, Brendan Brazier. So prior to that, I was trying to run the 4-hour work week, like Tim Ferriss style, just work minimally and have lots of freedom and time. And met Brendan and his story about how plant-based or vegan eating actually was the biggest impact on his performance. And I was like, sold. I was like, if that can help you at your elite athletic level, it's got to help every Jill and Joe out there. And so totally changed my mind and said, no, we got to grow this. We got to make this product that you make every day in your shake. We need to make it shelf stable, ready to go in a tub that anyone can buy. And that's how Vega was born. That was in 04 we launched it. And our customers thought we were crazy because, plant-based what? Tastes like crap, super expensive, super rough texture, not enough vegans out there, don't do it. We were bad listeners, we did it anyways. And in our first year did about $1 million in sales, got into like maybe 1,000 stores, but just like pounded the pavement. So Brendan wrote a book, we self-published it, made it a Canadian bestseller, and literally went door to door, and in the next several years got into similarly like 20,000 doors through Canada, through the US, sort of changed the category from being primarily whey protein and animal-based to now primarily plant-based everywhere. And then sold the business in 2015, not long after you, to White Wave, publicly traded food company on NASDAQ. And then right after I sold, I pretty much started Lyra Growth Partners, which were like a boutique investment firm, all my own money, so no LPs, no outside investors. And we invest in companies that we love, where we love the founders, where they're growing really fast, and where we hope that we can be additive and help them navigate some of the challenges. So that's what we do today, and it's a ton of fun.
Excellent.